guys, how's it going? In today's episode of Chillin' and Killin', I've got 1 hour of relaxing and interesting Nightreign solo runs. We'll be taking on some really cool enemies like the brand new Godskin duo. We will dodge around and no-hit some tricky field bosses. And of course use the best in slot character to hunt down the Augur boss, blasting our way to level 15 as the Ironeye. Right after that, we'll be hunting an ice dragon with an absolute beast of a weapon. Legendary Starfist, infused with fire to exploit the boss's weakness. This expedition on Wylder will also feature an insane spawn of 5 churches, something I had never seen before. If you'd like the full breakdown on the relic setup, that will be at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy these runs. Alright, so we've got both churches in the bottom side of the map. That's pretty nice. Ironeye clears out this cathedral, probably some of the best of any class, because it's just the bubble-blowing babies in there. That's probably what I'll do first. And we want to use our heavy attacks to try to make sure we hit multiple enemies, and then if we can mark through and dash through, good enough. Okay, that'll be enough to get level 2 no matter what. I don't like to spend a lot of time reading every single thing I get here. I basically just read as I go. So now that I'm running to the site at level 2, I'll read what I got. So these hook claws, I got 2 pairs of hook claws, but these ones are better because they have improved charge attacks as opposed to the other one was sorceries or something. The reason I ran over here is I was looking for a scarab, but I don't seem to see one. Okay, and the reason why I wanted to take my time and clear a few trash mobs is just because I wanted to stack up for my ultimate, but I don't quite have it. So I will just look at some other items. Those are pretty good. I might use stuff like that. Okay, we almost have our ult. We will let the big wolf poison. So the white one is the really big one. And then these are all the babies or whatever. Okay. We're doing pretty good so far. I'm fairly happy with this. Now, so what we wanted to do was we wanted to wait for our ultimate because it should be as simple as this. Ooh, just not enough damage. Maybe if we were level 3. But it does make it pretty easy regardless. Alright. Okay, I will grab this for now. The other one, they were both really good. One of them had Golden Vow and the other had Sacred Order, which both would be fantastic. I think I wanted the Sacred Order because it also gave us some defense. Okay, so we don't need this at all. So let's drop that. And we don't really need this. So I'll drop that as well. We did not get a Stone Sword key. But I did want to work down here because I wanted to scout the field boss and I wanted to look for the scarab. There is a scarab. Great. So this is just one of the many locations that a scarab can be. It's not always here, but this is a potential location. Okay. It doesn't have any downsides as far as I'm aware. Yep, so this is fine. It's not amazing, of course. We would have liked to get something better. We don't have our ultimate, so that's the only thing that makes this lion just a little bit scary. Alright. And we just get another bad talisman. Okay. I'm gonna try for the lion regardless because I'm just... I don't know. I think it'll be okay. So these are usually low scaled. This guy won't be like insanely tanky. As you can see with Ironeye, it's pretty simple. You can kind of bait out that one attack and then just dash through. I don't even think I'm playing it that well. I'm just taking my time and not greeting any hits, right? I would say it's fairly easy. Nice. And so when we dash into close range there... I guess I'll just grab this. And it should drop us a sight. Nice. Make sure we always level up once we get the sight. So this cave is not going to be in the zone, but I'm happy we did that because we will still be able to hit this church. And we will go for the cave up there. So let's check the castle. Is any of the castle in the zone? I didn't look. No, none of the castle is in the zone. Sometimes you can get a smithing stone too from this. Let's try this. So you have to ult. Oh, amazing. Look at that. So we didn't even have to go through the mine. That was just faster. Nice. So even though... How cool was that? So normally I would have to go through the mine to get the smithing 2 and kill the troll. But we were able to use that. And we have enough runes to upgrade our weapon as well. Or buy the smithing 1. The merchant will just be up there on the north side. As we go into churches, we're really looking for gold pickle or silver pickle because it's just better. Yep. Not better than holy grease, though. Okay, great. Okay, this is the best possible thing. So you can consume some of that stuff. Like, I probably should have just consumed the holy grease, but that's... I kept the holy grease, but I had boluses there or whatever. I don't really know how it works. Can you guys tell me in the comments? I heard that somehow boluses have a permanent effect. Yeah, the boluses have some kind of permanent effect. It's really interesting. I don't know exactly what that means. Some of you guys were telling me about it, but I wasn't too sure. So now we've got a purple weapon, and we're cooking pretty hard here. So our best possible play is to look for one of the 2 field bosses here. And we want to make sure we get off our gold pickle. Alright, it's a red wolf. Red wolf is pretty low scaled. This is a good day 1 boss. Still no stone sword key. I will most likely hold my gold pickle for this. And red wolf is not particularly weak to holy or anything like that, so that's why I'm holding my holy grease as well. Maybe it'd be better for a deathbird. So this enemy is a little annoying in this game because it's the worst possible red wolf. Like this is just average red wolf in this game. He doesn't have any of his cool sword attacks like the one in the academy in Elden Ring. That's an achievement boss. It's just... This is like the version in a hero's grave, I think. Somebody said that. Yeah, it's like maybe... I think this is like the open world version or something. This enemy is a bit annoying. But that's okay. So we haven't gotten any things like extra rune gain. Okay, we will... Sure, I'll just grease for this. Quick black knife assassin. The best thing you can do against these girls is you can headshot them, which is cool. But really what you're looking out for is the jump attack into the backstab. But we're doing pretty good on our spacing. Nice. Could have maybe just used my basic ability there. Nice headshot. Okay. That's really good. Still forgot to use my gold pickle. Less likely to be targeted. I don't think that does anything for me in single player, but I'll still grab it. Maybe we will find a Miranda flower, and that will be the use of our fire damage. Okay, there's a field boss up here. Let's go see what this is. Usually this is like a DTS or a red wolf, but we already killed a red wolf. What else have I seen up here? See Knights Cavalries a lot. It's a Valiant Gargoyle. That is... Okay. So we just won't fight that Blackblade Kindred. That is one of the trickiest enemies in the game, and we do not really have the ability to deal with him. At least not yet. We could think about it if we were just a little bit stronger. But because he can't be poisoned, and that's the bulk of our build, yes, I still will. I don't usually like to do Red Mage Knights because it takes a while, but I think we'll be okay. And I think because the zone is coming, this is a good time to do mostly just a full clear here. We can still go knock this guy off. Okay, so now that we can climb up here, should be okay. And then as long as we go fast, we can just turn around and we can ult him. Alright, so that knocks him off. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use my gold pickle. And while I'm fighting all of these guys, it really will add up and make us quite strong at the end of this first day. And it'll also proc on the boss. I believe it's a 2-minute buff, so all of these guys are quite nice to kill. Well, it's nice for me. It's not necessarily nice for them. Kind of ruining their existence, but at least for me, you know. Some decent stuff, but nothing too crazy. Haven't gotten any ranged attack. Volcano pots are okay. I will just go ahead and fire grease. Damage up while casting spells. More exalted flesh. Alright. Nice. Maximum HP is just always a good option. Okay. Level 8 is decent. Considering that we haven't farmed the castle, this is a pretty good day 1. We just have to immediately go to the castle. I'm going to take a volcano pot over this fire grease, and then I'm just going to pop the fire grease. Okay. And yeah, okay. Seems fine. Any gold pickle or anything? So it's like I pop the ballast, right? And I can just use it, but nothing really happens. It gives me some kind of indicator that my HP has been buffed, but I don't really see what it's done. And because it's single player and in solo you gain a lot of runes, then just killing these trash mobs real quick is nice. I'm also going to hit this tower because this is a bow tower. These little half towers always have bows. Okay, I'll just take this because I don't need that. Defeating enemies restores HP. That's quite good. Sure. My biggest concern is that we don't have a good talisman, but I think we're going to fix that very soon, right here. We're going to get a good talisman. Alright. Better than Deathblight resistance, even if this boss ends up being a worm face. Alright, who do we have? So, this should be Godric, I believe. This is cool. I like the new Godric. They adjusted a lot of Godric's moves. They made him, they kind of ported him well into this game for his phase 2. I really like it. It's quite nice. Pop my Exalted Flesh. So the first thing I want to do is just get in there with my mark. I should be using heavy attacks when I'm up close, and this will block my attacks. He puts up Storm Wall there. Alright, we'll get another mark. And here we go. We get some heavy attacks. Nice. There's the poison we're looking for. Great. So one of those was my mark, and then the other one is the phase transition. There we go. I canceled his new phase. Nice. And I guess I'll just throw my volcano pot. Ow. Come on, Godric. Oh. I lost track of him there for a second. But we got him. Great. Okay. I don't think we need that much HP recovery. So instead being a bleeding bow seems good to me. I suppose because we're right here and it will potentially give us a stone sword key, I will go into this camp. I'm not too worried about our lack of flasks as long as we are a high level. I should know how to dodge the boss, and we because it's the Augur boss, who is probably the best boss for Ironeye to showcase, you know, what we got. I think it'll be alright. I can also look down and pan my camera and look at the field bosses, and we could choose to do one of those. There's a field boss over there in those woods, but I can't quite see what it is. I can, it's a hippo. We could do that. The hippo is pretty squishy. Maybe we will do... I guess just because we're flying, how about we do this combination of this Everjail and field boss over here? I think it's a Regal Ancestor there. They are weak to Holy and Fire. Yep. I do have fire damage, but not on my bow. Okay, they are pretty high scaled. I might do the Everjail first and see what I get, and then make a decision after that. Alright, this is certainly something. Let's see what we got here. Something like this, maybe? Not bad. Great. I mean, normally 10,000 runes isn't that good, but we're hardly using any FP. Okay, I think the better play is to go towards the castle and sort of just ignore the fact that we could have done that field boss over there. all of the castle was out of the zone on day 1, which was a little unfortunate. We don't have a great melee weapon, but we will hopefully get that from the castle. Nice, and all of the castle seems to be in the zone as well. This is going to be a little tricky without a proper melee weapon. Getting true comboed. Oh, wow. This is going to be tricky. Alright. Poison is big. Just have to keep dashing through him so that we can actually land bow shots. Needed some roll discipline there not to use a health potion because he can do his stab attack. Alright. And we should be able to cheese this guy. At least get him started. Doesn't have a shield. I don't know if he can do anything about it. He could if I stand here. If he ends up protecting himself a little too much, then we won't be able to kill him. Nice. Okay. Like I said, you don't really want to take the riposte, but it does let the poison tick. Nice. 45,000. Okay, this is a decent melee weapon as well because it improves range attacks, so this is just better. Although, Augur does magic damage, so we will grab it over... We will grab it over that. You can see these ones that are like Siluria are much easier since they don't have a shield. Great. Okay. More runes from enemies is not bad. What we definitely do need is to spend this money. I saw that the basement boss was our good friend the Bell-Bearing Hunter, Elmer of the Briar. So, he might be a problem. Ow. Thankfully, we are safe. Very nice. Okay, will this guy come over here? Yep. So that's that roll discipline you have to be careful of. You can see. Because they will just... You have to make enough space to get your health pot off, or he will go for that stab attack every time. Man, this takes quite a while, doesn't it, guys? That's all right, though. Oh. I got input red that time. Very nice. Okay, since the basement boss was Darth Vader himself, I think it's probably not a good idea to go fight the Bell-Bearing Hunter. So let's level up with our 223k, instantly level 13. And we don't really know where the zone is going to close in, unfortunately. And we didn't really get any good lightning weapons this time. Ooh, that's better than this. Nice. Let's see who the roof boss is. Hopefully it is someone kind of easy. Using this nice little trick to get up. Okay. This looks good. Yeah, so he will put up a shield to try to interrupt us, but I think it'll be okay. We could just play Disciplined here. Nice. We're getting in a lot of DPS. Great. I don't know where the zone is going to close. Okay, it's actually near us. This is nice. We're doing really good damage, guys. Nice. The poison did work right there. Okay, a black knife is always good. Wow, we just don't quite have the lightning damage we need. But I guess that's okay. There's our level 15. We should be able to maybe make it to that church. It is already out of the zone. I wonder if there is somewhere we could get some level of lightning grease. I at least would like to make it to this encampment so that I can buy the Wending Grace. We'll go here and we'll just buy a Wending Grace. Maybe we'll find some lightning grease in some of these camps. Would be cool if there was lightning grease. Awesome, I got some. Look at that. What a game-saving play. So, right at the end of the game here, you know, as the zone was closing in, I came here looking for lightning grease, and you can find some. Because we knew what we were looking for. Picked up some exalted flesh as well. I suppose we can kill this boss very quickly if we go fast. Ow. By killing this guy, this is also stacking up our ultimate for the night boss. Because as you land hits, you gain your ultimate back. Cool, and we just gained some resistance to ailments, which is really nice because Augur does sleep, so that's very good for us. We really don't have very good talismans at all, do we? And we're not using fire attack power, and this impairs some of our physical damage negations, so we will just throw that out. But we will have 2 Wending Graces. Just not a lot of flasks, and not a ton of lightning. Alright, who is this going to be? Is this going to be Godskin Duo? I think so. Yeah, should be Godskin Duo. These Black Flame Monks, the bigger ones, are definitely a little scary. But we will fight back. Poison's doing great. All right. Let's go ahead and use one of our Exalted Flesh. Oh, of course. My mistake. My bad. Where is my mark? There it is. Thought maybe I'd be able to get skinny as well. Aw, darn. I lost track of the noble there. Oh my god, did he just roll over him? Oh, wow. Wow, that was... that was certainly something. I don't know what this does exactly. I'll just space it. And then I'll use this mark to actually attack the boss. Oh, skinny. Calm down. Nice. Got the stagger. Great. Alright, just you and I, Skinny. Maybe we'll wait for a black flame ball. I'm not really sure why he's so passive, why he doesn't really want to attack me. It's very interesting. Alright, so this is his new attack. One of them, anyway. Looks like you can mostly just... I'm going to try to go through this. Assuming that's how you can do that. Then I can ult. Very nice. Wow. That's great. Goodbye, my friend. Cool. That was fun. Okay, so Augur doesn't do any physical damage, or not a ton as far as I know. I will be doing mostly physical attack power, which is probably better than stamina recovery speed, only because I think I already took some physical attack. I can see that I'm buffed with other physical attack power, so I'll go with this. Both of these are good, honestly. I think it's tomato. It doesn't really matter which one you pick right there. They're equally as good. Alright, I'll buy another Wending Grace, and I'll replace it with Exalted Flesh. And I will buy this, with my intention is just to use it out here because it does last for some time. So I'll use this Crimson Bubble Tear, and I'll just pick up these Warming Stones, and I'm just going to go. And I'm going to pop this Exalted Flesh. And if we go really quickly, then we will get some time with the boss. And we just have to be smart about our use of the Lightning Grease, because that's what we need to do to turn off the boss. It is the only form of lightning we were able to get, so let's try to time it correctly. We're going to listen for the sound effect for it to swim away. And you can see, yeah, we're still buffed by Exalted Flesh. We still do have our Physic turned on. We just want to go fast now. Okay. So this is the gimmick, is that you can kill the jellyfish, and even if the boss hits you, I didn't know this for a while. Oh, I tried to go for the mark. It's a shame. But yeah, so you can see that you're supposed to kill the jellies, and I wasn't aware of that for quite some time. Longer than I'm willing to admit. And you can do the same thing with the tentacles and the nuke that it drops. There it is. We finally got our mark. I don't really know how to dodge that attack that well. I'm actually not sure. Okay, so this is the sound effect for the boss trying to do the sleep attack. So now all we want to do is just get right on top of it and do lightning damage, and we can turn it off. I was trying to ult there, but I didn't have my ult. Sure, we can kill a tentacle. Perfectly spaced. Nice. Okay, and that will shoot at the boss. Great. Perfect. Okay. Alright, so is this going to drop the nuke? I believe so. This is just the phase 2 as well. One of these is the nuke attack. I really don't know how to dodge that. Maybe that's just a spacing issue. I'll kill Tentacle, though. Alright. And I'll kill as many of these as I can. Maybe I'll dash through and kill a couple. Not bad. Great. And they seem to have, you know, infinite range where they can just get to the boss no matter what. Wow, I can't get that down. I wonder if I actually can time that in a way. Alright, I'll just ult as it comes to me. Very helpful. Great. And it looks like we're going to be able to do it. Maybe we won't even need a second Lightning Grease. One would have been fine. Let's see if it goes for its sleep attack. What do I do there? I just have to make space as it spawns tentacles? Okay, no. There goes its second sleep attack. But again, we will just get in range and we will just hit it with lightning damage. Great. We did it. This is really cool. We've got the crater in the middle, which is great because Paligo, who we are hunting, is weak to fire. We also are playing as Wylder, where we can get fire damage. This is interesting. Sometimes your starting monument is a church. It doesn't happen to me very often, but when it does, it's always nice. Okay, and the most important thing we're looking for here, we don't really care about Starlight Shards, but we'll grab it. And we'll take this. Yeah, I mean, we'll use the Starlight Shards if we have to, but we don't care too much, I don't think. Okay, so this is a little strange because although we did spawn at the church, which is great, we don't really have any starting camps to get to level 2, which is always bad. So let's see which trash mobs we can kill, and we might as well just go ahead and hit up. Wow, I've never seen this many churches, and we have a township? What is this? Wait, have you ever seen 5 churches spawn? Because we got the 4 church spawn, but then there's always a church in the cathedral. I've actually never seen that. That boss over there is just a casual Blackblade Kindred. Yeah, as if I'm going to do that. Well, if we got that many flasks, does that mean we absolutely have to? Because what will that mean? Can we get 9 flasks? I've never seen this. Okay. This is better than this. This is better. Don't really care about guard counters. Will you stance break, my friend? Yes, she will. Thank you. All right. If I could jump over and take it. Cool. So we got kind of I mean, we have a lucky start with all these churches, but it definitely took a little bit to find what we needed. But that's all right. We got quite a good weapon, the Forked Greatsword, which is one of the only... Wow, it's even a sleeping one. It's a sleep Forked Greatsword. Wow. Okay. All right, Silver Pickle is decent. Let's go see what boss this is down here. Because there's always a field boss and a scarab. That's really interesting. I've never... I mean, we don't need all those churches. It's a Knight's Cavalry? Okay. We can fight a Knight's Cavalry. So, are we gonna sleep him? Sleep and bleed. Wow, we're sleeping bats. A sleep Forked Greatsword. Okay. Something pretty cool. Alright, I'll probably pop a boiled prawn. And these guys are a little annoying to fight because they like to run away. So I think just ulting is always really good. Because obviously not only do we have insane damage, right? But it just immediately knocks him off the horse because it's going to take a while to get him off the horse regardless. Oh, I'm kind of making fun of him. Okay, he's making fun of me. Alright. That was nice and fast. For 21,000 as well. This is interesting, but obviously max HP is better. Okay, and we do have a Stone Sword key. Maybe we'll do the same kind of thing as the previous run, where we can stack up to our ultimate, and instead of doing the mines, we'll just go for... We'll go for the little statue we can blow up. We don't have ultimate for this. Oh, and that's a little tricky for sure. But they should sleep, not as much as like a Godskin duo does, but... They should definitely sleep, I believe. At least briefly. They will bleed as well. Darn. They don't seem to sleep, do they? Alright, we don't want to take the repose because it'll take too long. Oh, there's the sleep. Okay. It's really interesting. Getting bullied. Alright. Maybe some jumping heavies are good. Stop. Getting true comboed by his Stormcaller. Yeah, these guys take a while for sure. Usually will, anyway. There's a lot of true combos they can do. Okay, that's fine. They're worth quite a bit. This guy should be the easiest with no shield. We just wait for this to expire. There's that bleed. And if we do a heavy attack, yeah, so if we do a heavy attack instead of a light attack, we will get some amount of hyper armor there where we can just chunk through it, which is really good. And that also took so long because we didn't have our ultimate, but it was pretty efficient with our time since it was, you know, right as where the zone was coming in. We were already there. We had the stone sword key. I think it was quite good. Let's work our way over to that thing, though. Where is that statue where I can get a smithing 2? Or a chance for a smithing 2? There it is. And there's a magma worm in the river there. Okay. Great, we got it. Okay, sure. So this one says it has HP restoration on attacks. So all we need to do is make sure that we are holding it. It has this HP restoration on attacks, but only with the little hand symbol that is right there. So we should make sure that we are actually equipping it in our other hand. Sure, I'll take a silver pickle. And a warming stone. Always good. Let's do the castle. It is Banished Knights, which we can see. Which I think will be okay. But how nice is that we can just blow up that statue and we can get a smithing 2? Okay. Oh, he had Starfist. They're 11k. Do they have anything special with Flaming Strike? Wow, that's really good against Caligo. Okay, I guess that's what I'll do instead. Alright, I will upgrade some Starfist then. That's fine. And I'll upgrade my Wylders. Alright, I guess we're playing Starfist. Cool. Sure. We'll never see me complain about some Starfist. We will just go ahead and spend the 11k. And it is just worth it. Alright, this red wolf has red eyes, but I think it'll be okay. Famous last words. Tap R2s are probably pretty good. The problem with this red wolf is he just really likes to not do any sword attacks. He doesn't have any. It's an easy strafe though, right there. Nice. Nice. We're doing good. Good spacing, good strafing. Decent. Nice. Cool. And there should be a bleed. Yep, there it is. Alright, it was mostly just about making sure we had good spacing there. Oh darn. Try to get a health pot in. Although I get frame trapped, of course. Wow, big frame trap. Big frame trap. Classic red wolf. Alright, we're okay. Oh, of course I miss. No way. Alright, wow. That took a little too long. My bad. Wow, Sword of Night and Flame. That's pretty good. We don't really scale with Faith, though, is the problem with our class. I mean, it's good for the boss and improved attack power when two-handing. That's actually not great for us. If we were playing Recluse or something like that, that would be insane. But not bad. We played the fight pretty well until the end where I got hit a couple times, though, but generally we had quite good spacing. Not bad. But I think the evasive maneuvers were better. Magic damage negation, that should be what Caligo does, if he's a dragon. That and fire, you would think, right? I'd like to use this silver pickle now, I think. That's pretty good damage. I think with Starfist, this shouldn't be awful. Yeah, you can strafe under that. There's a lot you can do against this guy. I really like this enemy. Please land. Nice. Cool. And there's the zone. Alright. Sure. Can we just roll that and backstab? Yeah. And then as he comes up here, I think we can like tap R2 into maybe Flaming Strike. Look at that combo. Okay. Pretty good. We'll start with the backstab. And we'll try to do the same thing. Tap R2 into Flaming Strike. And then another tap R2. Yeah, look at that. Okay. Oh, that's okay. I think it's still alright. I can hit this and jump up here. Flaming Strike is so good. Just the fact that it poises those guys is very helpful. All right. Okay. So, sorry, crabs. Crabs and jellies, but there's no other enemies for me to kill. Might as well kill them. This is a little greedy, but we're doing okay. I just wanted to make sure we get level 9, which we were able to. Alright. And we will be able to kill that magma worm over there. Even though magma worms are strong against fire, we do have some good ways of dealing... Oh. Okay, well these should be very weak against fire. They have a grab attack in this game, these guys? Okay. Or do they normally? Maybe they normally have a grab. I don't really know. So what boss is this going to be? I don't know what happens when you get these guys. Is it just like an Erd Tree avatar, or is this like Tree Sentinel, Knights Cavalry, or Tree Sentinel Duo or something? Oh, it's an ulcerated tree spirit. Well, thankfully we have fire damage. This is probably the best boss we could have gotten here. Other than the fact that I missed my ultimate. Okay. Wow. I can't believe I missed. Sorry. That's such a shame. Nice. Jumping R2s are good. You can keep going on the jumping R2s. Okay, we just want to make sure we get the riposte. I love that we can get into close range there as Wylder. Love our grapple hook. Oops. It's a tricky enemy moveset for sure. Nice. Okay, can we get a headshot? Yeah, we did. And the bleed. Ah, much better. I started the fight a little shaky. It wasn't great, but we will take it now. Nice. Yeah, so we had the fire damage, which was good. I guess this is okay. We don't quite hit level 10. Maybe we will get started on the magma worm. So I want to make sure we have out our main hand weapon, our Wylders, that I did upgrade to a blue tier. Because Chilling Mist will freeze this guy. Nice. Yeah, so he likes to stall. There's no doubt about it. When he gets into these fits, there's not too much you can do. Surprised we haven't gotten a freeze yet. Very surprised. I don't know why we haven't. There it is. Alright, back to our Starfist. It's not great damage, but it does good poise damage, and it will have a bleed. It's just not great damage because it's fire Starfist, and these enemies are strong against fire, of course. Yeah, so the damage is not impressive, but it does stagger very quickly. Maybe we should have taken the riposte with a different weapon. Yeah, what if we go back to this now? And I'm just going to ult just to not waste any time. I don't want him to do any charging or anything weird. It would just be better if I did this. It's just faster, is really all it comes down to. Because speed is everything in this game. It doesn't matter that we can kill him if it takes too long. Oh. Okay, so well, Stormhawk Axe is really good. The boss is not weak to lightning. That's not what we're after, but this is not bad overall. We might use the lightning damage somewhere. I am looking for maybe some fire grease or something like that. Gold pickle is what we're looking for. That was good. Where was that at? Okay, so we did the basement boss at the castle, which was the Red Wolf. We cleared out most of the Banished Knights, but not all of them that we wanted to yet. Starfist should be pretty clutch on a few different enemies. This up here is a Gargoyle, or a Blackblade Kindred, or whatever he is, so that guy is definitely a little tricky, but Starfish should help there. I don't have my ultimate, but I can pull him into Flaming Strike. Nice, there we go. So using some combination of our grapple hook into Flaming Strike just to poise them is very helpful. Sure, we'll take that. Okay. We can poise through most of it. Alright, so the final guy that we're going to want to kill here before heading... I mean, we want to make sure we can do the entire volcano so that we can get down to the bottom and get ourselves some legendary Starfists. But of course I'd like to kill these guys. I am going to go ahead and pop the gold pickle now, since we're killing a lot of different enemies here. Try to go for the strafe to get the backstab. There it is. Oh, it didn't give it to me. Wow, so I failed the backstab twice from it canceling me out of it. What is going on? It won't give it to me. There we go. I got the backstab animation, but it just wouldn't give it to me. Twice. Okay, pretty good. So obviously the gold pickle is very helpful here. And we even hit the tree down there in the river that runs through. As you can see in the top left, we have that icon for double golden runes or whatever, double extra runes, which is great. We will definitely pick up this fire grease, and this is better. Okay. I don't really just want to wear that on my back though, because it's very distracting. Okay, lightning grease is okay. We will pop an exalted flesh, and we'll pop a lightning grease, and we'll go kill this last guy. So Thunderstorm from our Stormhawk axe should just poison for the most part. Yep. Okay, great. Let's maybe check the roof boss, is what I would like to do. I have 100,000, which is pretty scary to just sit and hold, but I think it'll be okay. Nope, okay. Just gonna take too long. So you just don't... I don't know. You just don't fight him because it's just gonna take way too long. That's just all there is to it. It's kind of like... I know that I can kill him, but he does a lot of damage, first and foremost. Just does a lot. And then also, in addition to doing so much damage, he takes forever to kill. It really runs into your efficiency. Like, he would give a lot of runes there, right? He's going to be on the roof, and we have some status effects. We have multiple status effects. We can freeze him, can bleed him and stuff, but... Now, if there was nothing else to do, and we had poison, and we had rot, and, all of that stuff, I'm going to end up jumping in the lava here. And the lava in this game is scary, unlike base Elden Ring. Sorry. So with these guys, you want to... Oh my goodness, if I can, you want to make him charge into this over here. So I am just going to stand near here, and hopefully he charges. I'll probably just ult. Yeah, it's just good to do this. You get a lot of damage. And then maybe a jumping heavy to the head. Yeah. Look at those grapple hook mechanics. Actually don't know the timing on that. That's why I panic rolled. Yeah, they give you these pillars to knock him down. Here we go. So he should run right into it. Yep, and so that's what you do. That's kind of what you're meant to do against this guy. Oh, of course I missed. It's okay. At least I got the riposte. Jumping heavy. Nice. Okay, pretty good. We got him. 75k for that guy. That's really good. Wow, fire sacrificial axe, flaming strike. Okay. Well, we already have flaming star fists for the boss. Okay, we just really want to make sure we get our legendary star fists, so I don't think we need to worry about anything else. If we have time, we'll come back up. But I think for the most part right now, we just need to make sure we get down there. No, like, no matter what. So let's just go ahead and get down. It really helps to have your ultimate for the next boss that's in here, so that's why I'm even bothering to kill this guy. This fire prelate will drop a dormant power, and runes, of course. Okay, that's fine. But also, I don't quite have my ult, and having my ult will help a lot for this next boss. Either one. So I'll probably ult this instead of the magma worm to speed this up. I don't really know the moveset, but if you just trust in the poise damage on the Starfist, then you'll be okay. Just some tap heavies are just good. Sure. Alright. Hopefully we don't run out of time. We might be a little slow here. Maybe we'll be okay. Either way, we are doing good. This is what I mean by having our ult here, though. It just helps a lot. Get rid of everyone. They just take fire damage, or they're just taking the damage the whole time. Even though they're probably strong against fire damage, I would assume. You would think fire prelates don't take a lot of fire damage, but they certainly take some. And you can see with the running heavy attacks right there that we can do, it's just, they give us some hyper armor so that we don't get interrupted by minor enemy attacks. It's like, that's why it's good to even do heavy attacks over light attacks sometimes, is because you as the player, you gain some hyper armor so that you can just poise right through it. Alright, the rain is coming in, but we are here in time. If these hands would stop. So it's just going to be close. I don't have my ultimate, but I do have some bleed. It might be pretty close, actually. This is a shame. Darn. Hopefully we can get it, but it might be kind of hard. Depends on how many of his stalling attacks he's going to do. I definitely have to clutch up here. It's not amazing damage. But we're getting a lot of headshots. Okay. Here comes the rain. But we are going to get a bleed. Okay. I think we might be okay. It just has to be the fastest magma worm. We're playing it well. And he's not doing a lot of his stalling. We played it well. I think if we play it any worse at all, we don't have it. Maybe we won't have it. Maybe we won't have enough HP to tank the zone. I don't really know. Okay. I honestly don't really care what he drops too much. I'll see, but mostly I just wanted the legendary starfish. Okay. Alright, well there's our 15. So let's just make sure that we health pot on our way right before we go, because we can't health pot while we're on the Hawk. It's going to be close, guys. But I think we are going to be okay. And I think we escaped with our legendary Starfist, as, you know, as the weapon should be. Yeah, we're going to be all right. Wow, we had just enough time, didn't we? And not, if we played that magma worm fight any worse at all, we didn't get as many headshots, whatever, like, if we played the actual combat scenario, you know, a lot worse right there, we definitely would not have gotten out alive. Which is quite cool, you know. It's good to see the combat mechanics and being speedy with the combat come into play. probably do something similar against these guys as we did the Banished Knights, like a tap R, you know, a tap R2 into Flaming Strike as he comes up, and then another tap R2, something like that. Okay. These guys, I can maybe pull them in like that. Oh. Okay, so we want to do a heavy attack here just so we get some hyper armor. Yep. The biggest advantage of Starfist and, you know, these fist weapons is just this tap R2 does so much damage and is so fast. Okay. And I guess we'll just drop a Warming Stone just to be safe. Can we combine these two? No, it works. I don't know. Let's see if we can hit everyone. And we got rid of one. Good old DTS. I love DTS. I say as I get hit. Of course. Of course I say it right as I get hit. How much I love the fight. But I do. I like this guy. This is a good boss. Wow, bleed. I love it, man. Okay. Please let me hit. Nice. No. Goodbye. All right. So I think this is good against Kaligo, just to have extra grapple hooks to get around. I think it seems good to me. And we will definitely grab a Wending Grace. We don't need Lightning Grease against this boss, and if we buy some Warming Stones, that'll go into our other slot. I just think that Exalted Flesh is pretty good. I think having 2 Exalted Flesh just does a lot of damage. And again, same kind of thing. What we can do is we can grab this, we can throw out our Wending Grace with our intention to pop this, and then we'll pick up the Wending Grace, and we'll just go. And on Wylder, we get there really quick. Just no time lost. I would assume that Fire Grease is not actually better than our Flaming Strike. We can figure that out really fast, though. Let's see. So if we do L2, R2 for Flaming Strike, we do 115 plus 19, and this is... it's exactly the same thing. Okay, I guess. Alright, as you approach this boss, the first move is always the same. So we can just get under him and hopefully get a headshot. Assuming I don't whiff. Okay. This is why the grapple hook is really good. I don't really want to walk into those frost crystals. See if this works. Oh. Okay. Darn. I can't believe I didn't roll that. My bad. Alright, nice. That's pretty good. Got that damage in there. Oh, I actually don't know how his like claw attacks right there work. Okay. I guess I'll re-Exalted Flesh. Stop. Nice. Maybe I can hit the head. Ooh, that's the stagger. Okay. Should be enough time for Flaming Strike into Riposte, right? No, not quite. So I should have got the Riposte. That's my bad. But there might be a fire debuff here, especially if I ult. I didn't interrupt him out of it. Darn, that wasn't a great ult that time. My mistake. Okay. Oh. I'm missing. There's that fire debuff, though. Nice. Just get out of this. Oh. Nice. There's the stagger. I didn't see where he was at first. It's alright though. Got a hit in at the end. Alright, so I actually don't really know how to deal with this that well. I guess I can just do this, right? And what if you get close? Can I... Oh, but see, he can hit... Physically, he can hit me even if I, like, dodge the crystals or whatever, I think. It's interesting. I think tap R2's on his claws right there is pretty good. If I had the stamina to get away, that would be nice. Ow. Ooh, got the double hit in there. Great. Oh, of course I don't get the riposte. Nice, we got him with the bleed at the end. Okay, pretty cool. Very nice. I made a couple of mistakes there, but, you know, we have a Wending Grace left over. We have our other revive. I mean, we just have so many revives left. We're level 15. We did a good job on the run getting a legendary weapon, right? And because we didn't die or lose any time and had good pathing, there was a couple of areas there where we could have been trapped by our game knowledge and not really knowing what to do. Like, if we chose to fight Elmer, if we chose to fight the, you know, the Bell-Bearing Hunter on the roof and stuff, then it would have been much more difficult. As Ironeye, we have access to yellow, green, green with the very first one, which is Ironeye's Urn. And to be honest with you, I think I probably won't change any of these anytime soon unless I get something much better, for example, than the HP restoration on the Colossal Weapon attacks. But the relics that I've been running, other than having the absolute, you know, pinpoint perfect ones, this is pretty good. Knight of the Wise, which you get from beating the Sentient Pest boss, will almost always just be the best thing you can use on Ironeye. You don't really care too much about the maximum FP, but the ability to inflict poison and get that poison and rot in the vicinity, increasing attack power right off the bat on your bow, where you're going to upgrade your bow to a purple with the smithing stones and everything like that. It's really good. This is obviously insane as well. Don't care too much about the Faith or the HP restoration on Thrusting Sword attacks, although we can get a Thrusting Sword, and Ironeye scales pretty well with Dexterity, of course, so we could get something like a Clean Rot Knight Sword, and, you know, it could be quite good. So there are melee weapons we can use this HP restoration on Thrusting Sword attacks, but really we're using this just for the first slot, which is the additional character skill use, and then extending the duration of the weak point and Endurance +2 are both nice. Obviously, in an ideal world, the Faith +1 and then the 2 different HP restoration, you know, attacks and everything, I would like those to be different, but the cool thing about Nightreign is that I can just keep grinding and keep trying to get relics. I just don't have any relics yet that are better than this or anything that give me that, so I'll hopefully be able to get the absolute perfect relic sometime in the future, but I should be spending some of this 12,000 merc that I have. And for the Wylder, these are basically the only relics that I've been running for a while. This is insane and just everything you need. You scale with quality, so strength +2 and dexterity +2 are pretty good stats to have. But most importantly, this art activation spreading fire in the area is what gives you so much damage overall. On top of that, the Frostbite concealing self, having the Ash of War be Chilling Mist, and then attack power up when facing Frostbite enemy. You can easily reset with Wylder since you have the fire damage, but having any kind of cold infusion and the ability to use a very strong Ash of War like Chilling Mist, Knight of the Miasma, is good for obvious reasons. And then this is really where you gain your fire buff in the beginning. So you have this physical attack up, which is fine, but the Slate Whetstone, which you get for completing his Remembrance and just doing the first part of it, this follow-up where you essentially get a free activatable Fire Grease and a follow-up attack. What this relic does is allow you to get some fire grease on your weapon, and the way that you do that is by using your grapple hook and then following up with an R1 or a light attack, and that will give you a 60 to 90 second grease for your weapon. It's essentially free, it just adds fire damage to your weapon, which is everything that you need. It's fantastic. Just in the early game, it gives you some amount of fire damage, and then of course that also allows us to reset the frost from our freeze and chilling mist, so that's really how we get a lot of damage.